there are no diamond listings on the JSE. There are 3 secondary listings on the Botswana Stock Exchange. I've mentioned 12J's not working. And sadly, there's no local incentivization in Botswana, which is quite interesting, seeing that a vast majority of their GDP is based on diamonds. In 40 years, according to my colleagues and friends' estimates, there may not be any diamonds in Botswana. So where is the local incentivization to citizens who have made money to invest in junior diamond exploration in Botswana? And this is an ongoing discussion and an ongoing debate we have with the authorities in Botswana. Mining incubators are generally actually where you actually start to get your money from. I've already given you an example of the 162 group, which is a mixture of entrepreneurial skills, business experience, risk appetite, and selecting management teams. But you've got 2 fantastic examples in Canada, the Hunter Dickinson group and the Lundin group, which do exactly the same kind of thing. So this is actually the kind of the birthplace, the traditional birthplace for juniors and developers. But there are quite a few new kind of companies which are merging into this space, chiefly because of the difficulty of raising money for junior company financing, because of the regulation surrounding it, because it's a highly specialized area to differentiate between different diamond explorers. These different companies here use a combination of the business incubation approach, financing through crowdfunding, venture capital, cryptocurrencies, a blended approach to try and fill that gap that we need. We know we have to do exploration. We know there's difficulty in raising money on the public markets, and there's a home for that money. How do you bridge those together? And these are some of the firms which are beginning to look at this gap, and this is probably an area of great growth going into the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is my conclusion here? Well, clearly, without exploration, there will be no future mines. That's an absolute truism. So what is required to stimulate exploration to get us out of this local increasing point? I think I hopefully have demonstrated in this presentation itself that local incentivization is absolutely key and is probably one of the most important things. The Canadian market stands out as a great example for many other jurisdictions around the world. The emergence of new business incubator models to take over the role of typical venture capital financing and IPOs is becoming particularly important too as well. And this all goes without saying that you absolutely have to have security of tenure, because why would you spend a vast amount of money on exploration if you did not have that automatic conversion to a mine? And of course, political certainty, that everything is legislated and is not up to some kind of ad hoc ministerial committee. And then finally, the dual role of breakthrough technology. And this is something that we haven't seen in the diamond exploration business for some time. Many people are working from it quietly in the background, and if you went to the diamond session earlier today, you would have seen some very interesting things beginning to happen in this space. And this will basically, I think, enable exploration funding. So despite the structural change in diamond pricing, and Paul and Chaim, I'm sure, will talk about that in more detail, the diamond supply gap continues to widen. Southern Africa remains a highly attractive destination from a prospectivity perspective, as well as a business risk perspective, and it has very little competition compared to a jurisdiction such as Canada.